Arne, if we have a look at your squad, it's mixed team news, I guess. No Jeremy Frimpong and Alexander Isak. How disappointing is that? What was the problem there?
I don't think it can come as a surprise to anyone. Today we missed 9 players that can start a game of football. The good thing is that Florian is on the bench, that Mo is on the bench, both not able to start. But indeed, Alex is out. Minor injury, but yeah. I think it's something we all understand. If you miss pre-season, if you then have a broken leg, then when you are coming back, we've been really careful with him. But of course, Yuko Ikitike was injured, and then it's not a surprise. I think that you can pick up minor injuries like this.
But how pleased are you to have Mo Salah and Florian Wirtz back on the bench?
Yeah, a lot, of course, because these are players that can make a difference for any team. So also for us. So it's very nice to have them back. Although, ideally, you are able to start them, but that's not possible yet. I have to give Mo a lot of compliments how fast he's back, because that's not always a given with the injury he picked up. He worked really hard to be back, and the same can be said about Flo. So happy that they're here to help the team if needed.
And it presents another opportunity for Rio Ngumoa as well. A big chance for him. I know he came off with cramp in the last game as well, but are you hopeful that you can get a performance out of him here today?
Yeah, but also that makes for me complete sense. If you are a 17-year-old and you are already playing at the highest level in Europe or in the world, the Premier League, that then if you haven't played 50 games yet, that then after 60 or 70 minutes, the engine is empty, is the way we say it in Holland. So you'll be starting to become a bit tired. That makes complete sense as well. But he's ready because we're 5-6 days onwards now. So he's ready to start tonight.
What is the approach for this one? You're nearly over the line in terms of Champions League qualification, but you're playing an Aston Villa side with an identical record virtually to you as well, and they'll provide a really strong test. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, they provide a strong test for anyone. Away and at home, but probably even more at home, because then they have their fans to support them. It's probably going to be very, very positive over here, because they have a chance to qualify for the Champions League, and in 4 days they will play the final. So yeah, we are prepared for that, but mostly, of course, for the quality of their players, and as always, the game plan Unai Emery puts in.
Well, a very upbeat sounding Arne Slot, despite their recent record, just 3 wins in their last 8 Premier League matches, and that was after being booed off at home at Anfield last time out with that 1-1 draw against Chelsea. What is your impression of what's going on with Arne Slot and Liverpool as we close in on this season?
I think the last few press conferences, he's definitely been more assertive and tried to give a confident sort of aura. I've heard more boos at Liverpool in recent weeks than I've had over the years, and he might have got the backing of the ownership group. I still think at the moment he's not sure about the backing of the fans, and when I look to it, I kind of feel as though if you contrast the football that Jurgen Klopp used to play when the mentality monster's there, where it was heavy metal football, where it was speed and skill and intensity and almost this chaos that Liverpool could play with. When you look at Arne Slot's team, it's slow, it's passive, it's uninspiring, it doesn't engage the fans. And I think when that contrast comes, it's one of the problems that Liverpool have. My biggest criticism of Liverpool is they've become a nice team to play against. There's no devil, there's no drive, there's no purpose, there's no high press without the ball. And those are things that Liverpool fans will demand of their team. That's the way they want their football to go. And so, listen, they can still get the Champions League spot, and he won the title last season, but there's still work for Arne Slot to do, I think.
And it's quite the contrast, isn't it, Tim, from Jurgen Klopp, obviously, in the team that Arne arguably inherited for him, that ran away to the championship title of the Premier League last season. What has changed so much that has put them in this predicament by their standards this season? Well,
it's what Earle was saying. So when we talk about the boos, like, to put that in the context, Liverpool don't boo their managers. They don't often boo their players off the pitch, because, as you said, when it's heavy metal football and you're charging around, that's like a baseline. So they're happy that if that's the case, they're willing to cheer that. The issue is the winning the title papered over the cracks a little bit, because when they come off the pace, as you mentioned, in terms of how they play through the lines and they go through the gears, it's not up-tempo. That's great when you're winning, because no one really cares. You're winning, and you win the Premier League title. This year we've seen the big money signings haven't haven't come to the forefront. They've taken a long time to settle in for various reasons. Really, Liverpool need a reset. They need to go into the summer. They've been off the pace completely. Goals, wins, losses, all of it. They need to go into the summer and sort of go again, and Isak needs to be fully fit. He needs a full preseason. Wirtz has to show us he's world-class and basically say, okay, I have a year under my belt, no more excuses. Ekitike, I thought, had a really good season. But they need to find a replacement for Mo Salah. Like, these are big questions that will have to get answered in the summer.
Just quickly, Arne Slot will tell you that he thinks things are good. He's signed through 2027. Do you think Arne Slot stays at Liverpool next season?
I think he's got till Christmas to show that, you know, he can integrate the new players, some new personnel, and he can turn things around. If not, I think it could get a little bit ugly.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host of NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And for even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock.